Jesse and Bailey. Thank you for joining me today on Press Day.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Exciting times. I watched this the movie last night. I enjoyed it. I wanted to almost tune back in this morning to watch it again before this, but I just didn't have enough time. But I like the adventure, the story, the even the what's happening behind the scenes there.
Totally, totally. Yeah, it's faster if you fast forward through Jesse's scenes too, and then you probably could have watched it in an hour
Yeah,
and a half. But
Right.
it's
other than
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that large
Uh,
monologue that I had.
all right. Jesse,
uh,
let's start with you first. Evan Levy, he's a pivotal character in this in Homestead. What drew you to this role? What do you think makes Evan a unique to the story?
Uh, I mean, what I don't know, what got me first was the people. I started to find out who was making this,
yeah,
and then I started to hear rumors of other casts that were attached. Like Bailey was already attached, and other people started coming on board. And I was like, okay, I love the script, I love the people, I love the cast. What's more to love, really? So beyond that, of course, getting personally into my character, I just love how he's
Mhm.
grounded, and I like how he tries to do the right thing. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's, a boots on the ground type of guy. His head is not in the clouds, and I think ultimately he wants to do the right thing. And if he does have to get angry ever, he tries to sort of have a righteous anger, if that makes sense. But I
Definitely,
think
definitely.
Evan generally wants everyone, I think, to do and find the best in them. So
Mm,
that's what I aim to.
that's good. Yeah,
yeah.
he's very
Really,
loving.
uh,
Yeah.
Jeff also, ex-Green Beret, like he's got I call him like the moral compass of this film. Like, how did you approach portraying this character?
Ah, thanks, thanks. Yeah, no, like Jesse was saying, we're playing these real life guys, right? And
Mm,
so you meet, we're just actors, and you meet them, and they've got a little different, mechanism, and so we were just blessed to get there a little bit early before shooting. I spent as much time as I could with the real life, Jeff Kirkham. I played Jeff Eriksson, and then just to hear their stories and it wasn't so much like, hey, tell me your life experience in 5 minutes, but it was just, I had specific questions about the story, questions in the script. How would you handle this situation? And
Mhm.
just getting their point of view on that kind of stuff really allowed us to just settle into these roles. And Jesse's awesome. We fell right into it, and we're very different energies and
Yeah,
find some balance there in the middle.
definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
It was really fun to train together. Like they actually took us out and we got to
Yeah.
train. And man, we just felt like brothers, to be honest. Like hanging out, we're razzing each other. I mean, we make fun of each other a lot. We have a
Got a little
text thread.
competitive. Got very
It did
competitive.
get very
There
very
you
competitive between all us
Yeah,
guys.
it actually did. Yeah.
Jesse, Homestead explores a lot of themes too, with survival, human nature. There's a lot of tension to you. How would you say Evan fits into like the dynamic of this compound?
Man, that's a good question. I think you're right. There's a lot of tension. There's times that Evan can help relieve that tension. I think he's got a little bit of a humor side that he allows to come out once in a while, and yet I think, like I mentioned, Evan tries to help everyone, including himself, navigate through this tension.
Mm,
Uh, but it's a new tension. Like we're all kind of struggling through this. Evan doesn't really know. I mean, we're playing special operators and we're supposed to operate the way we always have, but now do it in a setting of like families and
yeah.
we're hanging out with the Americans we're supposed to protect, but usually you're not with them. You're not with the kids, you're not with the wives and the spouses, and now all of a sudden we're in this pressure cooker together. So,
Yeah. And you talked about moral compass, and I didn't really answer that, but in a way, our differences really balance each other out. And
Mm,
so that's cool. And you'll see that not just in the feature film, but in the series that picks
yeah.
up where the film leads off, that we keep each other in check that way. And then we've got some, kind of X factors in Bing and yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's a whole nother thing. But it's it's important, as actors, as friends, as military guys, like that we got each other's back, and we're
Mm.
Mhm.
there to
Yeah.
check your partner when needed.
Yeah, I love that you
I-
bring that up. There's a really great theme of like, even if you see someone and maybe you don't agree with their decision in the moment, you
yeah.
still have each other's back.
Yeah,
And you'll see that in
you
the
figure
show,
it out
in the
later.
movie.
Yeah.
How do you think Jeff attacks like his personal struggles throughout the film?
Wow. He's an open wound. I got to
Mhm.
see the film for the third time last night, and like you watch it the first time, you're like, oh, I wish I would have done that. Or you see like this, you see some technical, like
Mhm.
whatever, and I've said in an interview before, I don't think it's a perfect film, but it's really the right movie at the right time. Like
Mm.
this is what we need. But yeah, in terms of, sorry, what was that question about Jeff again?
Like his personal struggles, how do you think he tackled
Yeah.
that? And
So I got to see it for the third time and just kind of go on the journey, and you know, I was able to not criticize or get in the way, and I felt myself as an open wound throughout this film, and to kind of live and die in these moments because they're very high stakes in the film, and
mm,
yeah, it was great. I don't think I
Yeah.
could have given this performance, in my 30s. So it's cool.
Mm.
Jesse, was there any particular scene or challenging for you for this role?
I mean, challenge is it's open to interpretation, I suppose, but I think there's always a lot of different challenges that we hit, whether it's something in your scene, whether the sun's going down every day and you're running out of time, uh,
Yeah,
or there's a scene and we're still trying to make it work. There was a lot of that happening, but they were all good challenges.
yeah,
I really appreciated everyone showed up, man. Like the cast, the
yeah,
crew, everybody was all in paddling this canoe, if I could use that metaphor.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
You're at 8,000 feet. You got three
yeah,
minutes of daylight left. A snowstorm's coming from the other side of the mountain, and action.
yeah, yeah,
And you
Really?
yeah.
literally get one crack at it.
And to
But
be honest, working with guys like you guys all have so much experience in the cast,
yeah,
and like worst case scenario, you have each other, and
yeah,
you're like,
Mm,
look, I'm trying to figure this out. The scene is not working. We step off to the side, and we are just talking about it this morning. Everybody has a different kind of work approach, which is really cool.
yeah.
So it's been really fun to get to know everybody's different approach to their character and how they actually operate as a human. And really, we're a big family. We're a community. We're a homestead, like literally. We're on a
mm.
homestead.
Bailey, what about Jeff? What would you say like his biggest challenge would be for like it kind of feels like he got thrown into being the leader of this too.
Mm.
Definitely. He definitely is the leader, and it's a great really confrontation
Yeah.
with Neil McDonough and myself. You have
Mm,
these two alpha males with competing agendas, and
Mm.
I'm ex-military. My job is to keep the homestead, our friends and family safe. And there's people outside the walls who, mean us harm. And
Mhm.
and so I think, the cost that comes with that is Jeff's not going to be the most light guy out there. And actually, a couple days into shooting, Ben Smallbone, our director, Australia, and he's like, "Hey, mate, whenever we talk, I love you, man. Like, I love hanging out with you. I love talking to you. But when you're acting, I just don't like you anymore." And I was like, "Well, it might have something to do with the story, bro." And once he got in there and started to see the dailies, he's like, "Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep my mouth shut. I love what you're doing. It's spot on." And then, fortunately, like in life, you get lighter
Mm,
moments here and there.
right, right. Last
Yeah.
question for both of you.
Cool.
What are you hoping the viewers get out of this when they tune in? What do you hope the message?
Uh, I hope that everyone will find someone they connect with because it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, right? If you love Christmas movies, you love action comedy, it doesn't
Mm,
matter if you're a lawyer or a single parent or a teenager or you all have a heart. And I really hope that everyone who watches this movie connects on some level to one of the characters through their heart. And I believe you
mm,
will. And then we will get to take you on a journey and ultimately help you explore yourself through these characters, I think, through hope and ups and downs and challenges. And so that's what I hope. I hope everyone walks away and kind of finds a little bit of themselves in this story.
mm.
Yeah,
Bailey?
I hope this film helps bring everyone together. At its core, it's
Mm.
it's a story about faith, protecting your family, doing the right thing, and I think that
Mm,
is something that we can all agree on.
amazing. Justin, Bailey, thank you for giving me a few minutes today. Good
Thank you,
luck
bro.
with the film.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Cool.
You
See ya.
too.